today I wanted to cook, this is kind of like a copycat of this dish, show up in diners, drive-ins, and dive. And first of all, the dish is called a street carnita tacos. And the reason I decided to copycat this dish is it looks pretty simple. First of all, you get a piece of Boston butt and you cut them into a big chunk. The reason I decided to copycat this dish is it's a simple, but it's kind of unusual way to the ingredient to put it in to cook it. It's kind of unusual, so I decided to go ahead and try to copycat to see how it tastes. And so I went to grocery shopping. I got a piece of Boston butt, and the first thing is I cut them into a big chunk. You can tell they're pretty big. I'm having a hard time to cut them up. There's a piece of bone inside this Boston butt, and at the end you just put it in cooking and not wasting it. So there's another piece right here. So I'm going to try to trim off the meat as much as possible. You can see I have a hard time to remove that. But if I can remove it, I'm going to just put the remaining piece of bone into cooking, give that flavor. And the lady on these diners, drive-ins, and dive over Arizona, and she did the same thing like this. And so in the end, you put this big hunk of bone in the middle, and I'm gonna wash my hands. Then she put two sticks of cinnamon, and cut this entire garlic half, put it in there, including the husk. Sprinkle salt, just kosher salt, sprinkle all over, and put a whole can of this evaporated milk. See, this is the unusual part. Put the evaporated milk, and also a bottle of soda, just regular Coca-Cola soda, or if you like Pepsi, you're welcome to do it. And then you cook it for the ingredient, just the Coca-Cola, the condensed milk. I thought that was kind of unusual, so that's why I wanted to give it a try. And she put it in the oven, cook it. I decided to put it in a Crockpot to cook it on high heat. So I'm gonna set the oven, set the Crockpot for 2.5 hours, menu high heat, and enter. So right now it's about 1:30. So last night I set up the Crockpot and let the street taco meat cook for overnight, and it turned dark color because the sugar in the cola caramelized, and also the sugar in the evaporated milk also caramelized, and you can tell the bone just fall off. So it's ready, and I'm going to fish the bone and also the cinnamon out, because you don't want to eat cinnamon stick. It don't taste very well. And you just take the whole big piece of meat out and start cutting them into the chunk, and they're ready to assemble your taco. So this recipe is for Las Taquitos in Phoenix, Arizona. It's a copycat of that dish. Is called the street taco Carnitas. And you can tell the meat is just fall apart. And if you don't like the fat part, you just can throw them away. It's just really tender. The meat is just totally fall apart. And we make some taco shell. So we just use corn tortilla shell, deep fry them, very simple, and put it in the taco shell. Meanwhile, you can put whatever in the taco. You can put lettuce, cheddar cheese, there's cheddar cheese, and then refried bean, and red onion, diced red onion. If you want, you can put tomato and sour cream and guacamole. And if you wanted to find out what guacamole is good, I have a really good recipe for the fresh guacamole. Actually, it was my son's recipe. And then you can put refried bean, and it's already warmed up, the refried bean. And you can put this La Victoria taco sauce, and you can put hot or mild, whatever you want to put, and put some lettuce on top, and it's really, really good. Los Taquitos from Phoenix, Arizona, street Carnitas taco.